some matchups. The Levels with a relatively short bench tonight. It looks like they've got 4 spares on the bench, so fatigue will start to play a part for them. Robbie Rama too will be looking to make his mark in this game for the Levels. Royalty here in Victoria, the Rama family. It's great to see Robbie who will play here tonight. Will be no doubt very excited by his play. Also another player to watch out for in the red helmet who's striking around the ball there. Lekashov, who was always looking for stretch passes for the Levels. Who took the twine this time. We're about to get underway in game 2 of the best of 3 grand final series. Puck is away. Won nicely by the Bees. Back to Muir. Played it across to his deep partner. Away. Will take it deep into the corner. Trying to get the puck across into the front. Loose in the slot there was Buchan, but it couldn't get it to him. Couldn't quite break it out. It's loose across the top of the slot. Picked up now by Sean Campbell, who looks up ice. He's got a bit of room. So 3-on-2 if they could do something about it, but not quite. Puck bubbles loose across the front. Almost a tip in. On what looked like a bit of a nothing play, but it did dribble across the front of the slot. And there was a Bumblebee blasting in quite quickly in zero. Which always makes life difficult. We'll find out who that one is. So regardless, someone wearing maybe a borrowed jersey, but almost a tip in on the front as the Levels win the face off and try and clear it out of their zone, create some attacking momentum, trying to circle around their Barnes, but he couldn't get the pass. The pass wasn't going to make it across. They played cross ice and it is intercepted, but not terribly thoroughly there. That was Rama with that risky pass and he got away with it. But it goes in now and the first goal is scored by the Levels, so he missed that one. Didn't look like much was coming out of it. You see it on the replay. He's blasting down the side, getting across to that loose position in the slot. Blindside, a nice screen across in front of the goaltender there. Fisher didn't see that one at all. First score, 1 shot to 1 goal. Which is certainly not what the Bees would have liked. The Levels win this one. They've got the ground tied up as Barnes pushes the puck deep into the corner. Across to the other side, and Levels still managing to pick it up, but they can't keep it in the zone. They're going to have to pick it up through Kreisskov, who tries to dump it in, but looks like he was intercepted there by the Bees. But now with an opportunity to get a second one in, Robbie Rama. Not too terrible what would go quickly, so just kind of stuck in the neutral zone. And the Bees doing a good job of applying some pressure. Back to Anderson now for the Levels, looking up ice, beat pressed. Eventually, Alex is right up the board. He was trying to look for Galvin, but it went past everyone, deep into the corner. It was now battling with it, trying to get the puck in the slot, but Bees there, remember. Sneaking in there was Lekashov, but they couldn't quite get the pass to him cleanly. He ends up with the puck on the sideboards, trying to get the puck behind the net now as the Levels look to play it up to the point. But just there, the puck behind, that feels like one of them. You've got to take it easy when you do the fancy footwork. And no doubt he does. But Lekashov now tried to put it in the slot, but Bees feet there in the way here. They come on the breakout. Just losing sight of it there, Galvin. The puck was just behind him, he was looking around. As the Bees are changing an opportunistic move. Got to be careful here, loose in the slot is Barnes. Bees there, quite a terribly well-timed change, not much they can do about it though. Maybe fresh legs now, the Bees to break it out. Good a room. They cut that ice cleanly, but cross ice is picked off there. Tyson Jeffrey got that one. The Bees tried to clear it across the ice, and they race back to try and sort it out. That goal was scored by Alex Rose from Alex Barnes just a few moments ago. These try to clear it out, but they go cross ice and it runs into traffic. You'll see so many times that cross ice passes out of defence. It's a bit of a habit players pick up a lot from playing a lot of inline or 4-on-4 hockey. Where the middle of the zone is tied up, so it's a better option. But here in 5-on-5 ice on an NHL size rink, it's not such a good option, and quite often it's top shot fired in by Muir. Good choice. Sent off safely though by Brown in the net. And the puck up into the high slot. Now a chance for the Bees. They fire it in hard, but again making the save there, Kieran Brown from a cannon launched in by Luke Fisher. He got onto it. Brown was there. Muir finds the puck, gets the puck up and manages to get it across to Luco, but just outside the defensive zone area for the Levels. Shots on the net, 2 to the Bees, 1 for Levels. That one shot throw for Levels was all the one they really needed. It was a screened effort. Alex Rose got around. I have no idea where that puck is coming from. Beautiful screen in front of him. Doesn't much you can do about that at all. Now here come the Bees again. Just trying to get the puck into the side. It's loose. They chip. Oh, he's just off the side of the post there by Sean Campbell. Great opportunity. He will rue that one. The puck just gets stuck now on the side of the net. It's the one referee tonight. Oh, no, we've got 2 referees on Andrew Crowther on the ice now. One of the most experienced referees here in the sport. As the puck goes around behind the back of the net, Levels looking up ice, trying to play it up, looking for Lama. He was marked, so the option there was to shut down. Now they find Rama on the half boards. He looks up ice, goes across so hard, but it's picked off once again by well-positioned Matthew Campbell. Coming back the other way now, the Levels with the puck. Anderson, he gets the shot across, but it didn't go. Now the Levels got it back the other way, just not quite able to get onto the stick. But now they're in the corner as picked up by Slyskov, who is beaten there by the puck. To get it into the slot, the Levels. There's a good tip in. Great opportunity there for Brendan McDowell, who's perfectly positioned. So too in the net was Kieran Brown, who got his body in the way, made that one safe. We'll have a defensive zone face off now for the Levels as the Bees saunter across. A bigger bench tonight for the Levels. They've got a few extra spares, and that'll start to add up in the third. Levels now, sorry, the Bees, Levels now with 5 on the bench. Just a bit more energy in the third. Puck now goes deep into the corner in attack for the Levels. Deep in the puck corner going out of the scoreboard. It's Bees try and break it out. They managed to clear the puck just out of the zone. Muir now fires across ice. Got it onto the stick of a very unfortunately offside Dalveen. Very close call there. Bri Johnson, she saw it. It was very, very close. There was only millimetres in that one, Dalveen. A little disappointed, but definitely got the call right. Just outside the defensive zone, Muir gets on it, just tips it out of the zone, trying to clear the puck up, right, only as far as Tyson Jeffrey, who plays it back to his D partner, trying to make some space. Tries to get around the press of the Bees. They managed to get through eventually through sheer force of will more than anything else, but Muir was there. And the turnover comes back to the Bees. They reset the House's office. Back to play nice close pass there to the centre, moving through out of the top of the defensive zone. Now is Fisher, who gets across onto his backhand, fires it across. Swings off the back side of the net as the Levels look to get it out, and they do. On the burst now, here comes Rickoshov. Wants some room, but the Bees get back quickly enough to shut that down. Rickoshov had some space. Didn't quite have the speed to take advantage of it. And now looking threatening with Anderson. Gets into the slot, but the Bees shut that one down. Nice aggressive four-checking pressure there by Luco, who was outstanding last week. Luco tries to get pick off that cross-ice pass. Levels have been pretty brave with those cross-ice passes out of the defence so far. A couple of times the Bees have managed to pick them, but now they're deep in the corner, trying to play the puck out of the zone. As you do. And then across behind the net under good four-checking pressure by the Levels. Muir now tried to get it out. Levels get it in the slot. But not able to finish it off was Williams. He was in good position, but just stuck on his backhand. Another chance now for the Levels, but the Bumble Bees battling for it hard in the corner. It's back into Gretzky's office. But Levels, Bees end up with the puck, and they're going to break out now. Bit of speed on the feet. And crossing the line, McDowell gets onto his forehand and fires. Went blocker side high, but Brown saw it coming and just deflected up into the netting. And we remain 1-0 with 7 minutes to go in the first period of this second game of the Grand Final Series. And a reminder too, the Levels leading the series 1-0 by virtue of a forfeit from the earlier game. Muir dumps it deep in. He didn't have much other options. It was the right choice. Put it in deep, letting his forecheckers for the Bees try and do something with it. Behind the net now with the puck, Campbell. He couldn't clear it. He couldn't get it anywhere useful, but just pinching in smartly there, the Bees to keep the puck in the zone, but out it comes again, and they'll have to reset. Lovely little sweet backhand pass there by Turner. Puck goes across the front. Chance was there for Campbell. Some good pressure by the Bees, really pouring it on, but Kieran Brown so far has been up to the task, and that tested him out. You'll see that on the replay. Campbell came across, Brown was there and shut it down. Face-off won by the Bees, just not particularly cleanly, but they just dump it back behind the net, trying to get some forechecking pressure on. Played out Jeffrey. Now here come the Levels with some speed out of the zone. They find on the burst Buchanan. He's pushed deep into the corner. Not a lot of options in the slot for him to pass to. Got Lekashov floating around trying to be dangerous, but Muir was there instead, and he got a bit of stick on the puck. Lekashov now looking to try and get the puck up high. Bees shutting down all the options, but they get it up high into the slot, the Levels, and they fire in from a distance. Rose with a good one. But Fisher saw it, just got enough blocker on at the end to push it into the corner. Muir battling for it on the in the corner. And now just reverse around as Lekashov now looks for something. He had Anderson free on the point, calling for it, but decided to go behind the net instead. And they go back the other way and reverse it. Now it's behind the slot, Gretzky's office, but it's the Bees who clear it out. And they're looking to try and get the puck up across, and they find McDowell. McDowell gets across onto his forehand, takes a shot, it's loose in the slot, just the tip in was so close, but Brown stopped it. As McDowell has another chance to repeat the same play. Looks like he's trying to do the same thing, and he does, but unfortunately for him, he couldn't quite finish it off twice in a row. Great options. Brown well and truly tested in the net for the Levels that time, as the Bees are really pouring on the pressure. McDowell with a couple of good opportunities to put the puck across. I was wondering if he was actually going to shoot it. And we're going to get maybe no call on that for a trip, or possibly a hook, but referee said otherwise. As Rose will go off and get a change as the puck fired into traffic in front of the bench. Always risky. Now Lekashov has it, but he's robbed of the puck, and it'll be carried up by DeHoog. DeHoog forces his way through a lot of traffic, but he's surrounded by white jerseys. He's got a player loose in the slot there, but couldn't get it across to him. Now another chance, forehand, passes across, it was loose, the shot was on, but we took the pass instead. Less cute, more shoot, I think would be the refrain there. This, Dalveen had a great chance, but elected to pass it instead. Now the cannon is fired, but it goes wide there by Moore. Puck's loose in the slot once more, another shot in, and it's gone through this time. And the Bees have got it back. DeHoog there, firing the cannon from high slot. Plenty of chances there. Brown was well tested, but finally the Bees got one in, and DeHoog there with a lovely shot from high slot. Just fired the cannon, and in it went, and Brown did not have enough time to do anything about it. So we're tied back up at 1 goal apiece. 8 shots on the net, the Bees, just the 3 for the Levels so far. The ice definitely tilting towards the Darebin Creek end of the rink. So here come the Bees again, trying to get the puck across to DeHoog. They were, but it wouldn't go. And now the Levels, they can't quite break it out though, managing to keep the puck in the zone. The Bees, they've got a chance now, getting it across onto the backhand. Dalveen, he circulates, gets onto his forehand. He's got a D cycling in Moore, who gets it eventually awkwardly. Gets across onto his forehand, hasn't got much choice, gets it up to Muir. Muir fires it in, looking for a tip in, it just went wide. Now the Levels will break it out, coming back the other way with speed, picking up the puck nicely. Anderson, he tried to get a connection across to Williams, but it wouldn't quite go. Now they're behind the net. Now the Levels looking to get the puck up, but they leave the puck behind. The Bees with a little bit of space if they can get it out quickly, but as the Levels were changing, they've still got the puck in their own zone, just being a little bit casual, but they get it out eventually. Now looking to get it in is Luca. Luca leaves the puck behind him though, just played it a bit too far in front, and it's picked up now instead. Changing and having to wait for the onside was White. He's pushed into the corner, lets the puck go. Puck fired into the slot, big juicy rebound, but no one there for the Bees. Is blasting it out, Rama. He was well positioned. Now 3-on-2 for the Levels if they can get it going. Buchanan gets it across. He's trying to get it on his backhand. Shots fired in by Rama, but it goes high across the top of the net. Didn't really get onto it cleanly. The Bees got back there in numbers and shut it down. They were forced there and well tested by the Levels. But now they break it out quickly, making the puck do the work. The puck is faster than the skater. But unfortunately, if you don't pass it to the skater, it doesn't matter. And Jeffrey now pushes it through. But it only went as far as the Bees' defence. Still stuck in the defensive zone for them. And just loose puck in the slot. Shot fired, but it goes just a little bit wide. That was Rose there, who had a great chance. Just couldn't quite finish. Now coming back the other way, the Bees just managing to get the puck on his stick there. But too much puck work, too much defensive there. Campbell could not quite do anything at all as the Levels were there in numbers, and very nice stick work, just lifting his stick up every time he tried. Waite was looking for it, blows a tyre now, an opportunity for the Levels, blasting through now. Buchanan, he's got one to come. He takes the shot, gets past the diving goalie, and they score the goal. A beautiful break there. Buchanan got away, And it all came over an unfortunate loss of an edge. As you can see here, goalie comes out to cover, but he had to do something. Buchanan way too much experience and took advantage of that, got past the goalie, and away they go. Levels 2, Bees 8. I'm going to say it's been mostly Bees throughout the play, but just a little bit of an unfortunate blow of a tyre by a D opens up that gap, and Buchanan was there to make the Bees pay. And pay dearly they did with that goal with just under a minute now to play in the first. Puck deep in the corner, will be watched closely there by the referee. And Andrew Crowther. Now the Levels looking to play it out, just getting himself in the way there a little bit was Rama. Muir plays the puck up, finds a nice connection. Turner now with a bit of a chance, but couldn't get it cleanly. Just 30 seconds to play in the first period. The Levels will be looking to take this one-goal lead into the break if they can. But Bees with a good chance. Levels clear the puck out of the zone. No, they don't. So the cannon was fired there by Moore, but it didn't go. Now he gets another chance, goes across instead. They haven't got much time to get cute. They want to get shots on the net, the Bees. They fire it, rims off the post. You can hear it from the board. Muir takes a shot in, it's a tip. It goes just a little wide. McDowell had such a good chance there, but just unlucky. Puck loose in the slot. They get another chance, the Bees. They are peppering the net, but out it comes, and the siren rings, the end of the first. An absolute flurry of scoring opportunities there towards the end of that period. Kieran Brown well and truly tested, but the Bees couldn't do it, couldn't get it past him when it really mattered. And from their 9 shots, they've been rewarded with just the 1 goal so far. The Levels with 2 from 4. To Hoog scoring the goal for the Bumble Bees. And for the Levels, Rose with the first one. And it was Buchanan who got the second one on that lovely little break. When a Bees player, unfortunately, just blew a tyre. And when that happens, all of a sudden there's space behind you. And away they went. Buchanan with that goal unassisted. So just a reminder too to bring you up to speed on how this grand final series for the Division 1 is panning out. In the first game, the Bumble Bees did win it on the ice. They had a 2-1 victory and a very close tussle indeed. It was a very exciting game. But unfortunately for them, they had a unregistered goaltender. And as a result, the game was called a forfeit and the Levels were awarded a 5-0 win on that one. So that's why you will see some discrepancy on Hockey Site if you're looking it up. Unfortunately for the Bees, their work unrewarded. In their hearts and souls, they know they won the game, but on the scoreboard where it counts, unfortunately for them, they did not. We're about to get the puck underway in the second period, 32 minutes before the game is over. Can the Levels put their name on the trophy, or will the Bees live to fight another day and take this to a third game? Here come the Levels now, trying to break it out. They get it out of the zone nice. It's stuck down on the feet of Fisher, who dumps it in. He was pressured, so he couldn't do anything particularly clever with it, but except put it deep into play and hope that something could happen. Levels managed to break it out, though, as they come now with some speed. Skating down the middle, looking for the puck was Buchanan, who scored that earlier goal. Got a good chance, but just flung it a little bit wide. Now Fisher goes cross ice, that risky pass, but he gets away with it. He's trying to make a little bit of space, and just holding off nicely was the Levels forwards. But now coming back the other way is Buchanan again. He waits. He loses the puck just a little bit on the heel of a stick, so it's just a bit awkward. Had a good chance. Didn't take the shot either. He's trying to be, again, just a little cute as West Tester just dumps the puck back in, but it's on the stick now. McDowell, who tries to do something but loses it. It's bobbling around. Shot fired in. It's loose again in the slot. Shot was taken there by Lekashov, but it wouldn't go. It goes across and picks it up again. Easy to identify with that red helmet. He just flips it back, trying to find Buchanan, who did score that earlier goal. Puck's loose in the slot, but the Bees are there, not the Levels. They just chip it into the corner, though, unable to do anything particularly constructive. They want to get it out of the zone, but they can't. Shot fired, goes wide. Dan Fisher just watched that one sail past him. There's Luke Fisher there. Had a little bit of speed, but couldn't get the puck now. Just tried to do something constructive there was Barnes, but he couldn't get it through as Lekashov now has another chance. Puts it across to his D, who flings it in low looking for a tip. Pad save made Brown. Sorry, pad save made Fisher, and now the Bees will look to bring it out once more. They just reset behind the net, trying to draw in some pressure, and we have a whistle. Looks like the net has moved off its moorings. That's what I think might have happened. It's a little bit hard to tell from a photo. Perhaps it's a goalie with a little bit of concern about his equipment. Looks like what it is, so we'll have a brief stoppage. There's no stop time in this game until it gets to the last 2 minutes, when if there's a 2-goal or less discrepancy, it will then go to stop time. Both teams are allowed 1 30-second timeout in this game if they want it. Offensive zone face-off for the Levels. Can they turn this one into a goal and extend the lead? Or will the Bees turn it into a nice breakout? They've got White lining up and ready to go, and he gets the puck. You can see that quick movement. He's now got a lot of space. He gets across onto his forehand. He holds and waits, trying to look for someone. Gets a shot away, but it goes just a little bit wide. And the save there made by Kieran Brown, who made that one look a bit easier than it probably was. Nice move there by White. He found that space. The Rebels had to chase back pretty hard, but just not quite speedy enough to really make them pay for it. And the puck is dumped down. A race for icing, and it will be wiped off. No icing on that call. As just losing his footing there was Luke Williams, who just blew a tyre as he was just putting some pressure on. White now chips it up high, but not effectively enough for him. Instead, it went to Campbell. And now Luke Muir has the puck, circling around. It's a nice, clever play by Muir. Just did some good work. Now he's got the puck again on his stick. He just chips it across into the corner, finds White. White this time takes the shot, but it's made safe again. Kieran Brown, who has been outstanding so far. That'll be his possibly 10th save, depending on whether or not the scorer thought it might have gone in the net. Yep, the scorer counts that one as a shot. So if the goalie wasn't there, it would have gone in the net. Counts as a shot. Didn't, it doesn't. Bit of a non-determined win. The Bees get a shot away, and it's fired hard, but again, plucking the puck out of the sky. Dan Fisher. Sorry, Dan Fisher's the other side. Kieran Brown. Kieran Brown making that save. Sorry, Kieran. Puck this time won cleanly by the Bees. It's up on the point. Firing the puck in is Campbell. It's down in the corner. They're trying to get into the high slot, but it wouldn't quite go. There was too many levels there. And now back flying the other way with speed is Buchanan. And he's got help with West Tester. Gets onto his forehand, goes in, shoots. Body save there made, though, Fisher, who was in the way with his shoulder. Nice play there, good break. But the goaltender up for the challenge on that occasion as the Levels come back again with speed. They get behind the net, speed, they find Charlotte, they find Lekashov, who's got help, gets on his backhand, gets the puck across, and they score! Lekashov, a beautiful pass into the slot. Straight onto the stick of Alex Rose, who just tickled it gently. And it goes past the shoulder. You'll see here, the puck comes across. Beautiful pass right onto the stick. No mistake at all there made by the Levels, and they've taken it out to a 3-1 lead. Some absolutely beautiful passing work there. That all came down to the play there by Lekashov. Sorry, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm probably not. I'll do my best. Regardless, now here comes the Bees again. They want to get that one back in a hurry. Fisher with the puck. He looks up ice, trying to find movement. He's got Muir just getting in his way. Goes through in the middle, but ran into a sea of white jerseys. But it's picked up now on the stick. Shot fired by Dylan Moore. Straight into the breadbasket of Kieran Brown, who makes that one safe once more. So the scoring has levelled up a little bit now this time. We've got 9 shots for the Levels to 12 to the Bees. The Bees still with more of the run of the game. But when the Levels have got away, they've certainly made them pay. That beautiful one earlier by Buchanan was a ripper when he got that break. Breakaways are where the goals are. If you're watching this and wanting to learn from it. Breakaways are where most goals are scored. If you much higher probability of a shot going in. Shot fired from a distance though, from the point by the Bees, and the Levels will just dump it clear. It counts as a shot on the net. Goaltender had to actually save it. Going back now to pick it up, Muir. He's being pressured though. He's got Rama chasing him. Gets past one. Just passes the puck across. Finds Fisher. Fisher pauses. Gets it back to Muir. Muir can't hold the puck. Just losing it. Now he's got it again. Another chance. Just tips it into the forward. He had a chance there to maybe get a shot on, but it wouldn't have had much. It was a good choice to put it into the corner. Fisher now looking to maybe pass it up to Muir, who's loose on the slot. He's not calling for it. He's got plenty of room, but now the Levels come with speed. It's a 2-on-1. Muir will have to get there first. He sees the threat. Just does enough to stop Rama. Rama tried to fire at him. Muir got a leg in the way. Beautiful play there. And he gets the puck across, finds the stick of Luco. Luco fires the cannon. Save made, but it's still loose. The save wasn't shut down. Levels now looking to break it out and come back the other way if they can. Haven't got the puck out of the zone yet. Still on the stick of McDowell, who fires a tip in, just deflected there off the foot of Luco. Just unfortunately him, it went just a smidge wide. Shot cannon fired into the shin pads there by Campbell. Getting in the way of it was Williams. And in the end, we will have a pause. As this time Kieran Brown manages to shut it down. Levels will get a change. And with 8 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the second, it's Levels 3, Bumblebees 1. If the Levels win this one, they win the grand final. They did win the first game by forfeit, which is not because the Bumblebees didn't show up, but because they played the wrong goalie. Anyway, that's how it goes sometimes. Bees break it up, comes up high onto the stick of Campbell, who just pushed it across, looking for a tip in the slot. There's loose puck, but there's a goalie in the way. And it doesn't matter what Michael McDowell does there. It's not going to go in. So I think it's McDowell. No, it's White there, who had a couple of digs at it. Brown was there and stopped it with aplomb. Face-off won by the Bees. They've got a bit of a chance to put the puck across the slot, but it was chipped up high, went high, going to pick it up now. Campbell, he's deep in the corner. Can't do much with it. Here comes Lekashov. And it's a 2-on-1 for the Levels again. Scott Anderson with him. He shoots this time, but there's a body in the way and it gets stopped. And the Bees will shut that one down. Dangerous though. Buchanan has been very effective on that break when he's had chances. And that one was an absolute A-grade opportunity, but just not quite able to get it to him. We will have a reset and a face-off now. See if the Bees can turn this one into a good breakout. And you can see that the Levels D are just pinching in a little bit off that blue line. We did see the Bees got past them last time, but weren't quite able to capitalise on it, as this time Buchanan was there, tried to chip it. It went harmlessly over the top of the net in the end, but a good chance for the Levels, and here they come again. Not able to clear the puck out of the zone. Levels now, and West Tester has the puck, just loses it across to Lekashov. Lekashov has Buchanan in the slot. Now Buchanan goes behind the net as they go up high to their point. Rose is looking for movement in. They were trying to find Buchanan on the tip in as well. The shot was fired. It didn't quite go in where they wanted it to. Now Buchanan behind the net, being pressed. Still has the puck though. Gets in high slots, picked up, fired, but just wide there by Rose. He had a good chance, but just fanned it wide of the net. Now he tries to push it in on his backhand, but it's picked up there. Buchanan, who's being pressed tightly by Muir, gets it past him just, and it's picked up now the stick of Lekashov, who's looking for something to do with it, but he's surrounded by purple jerseys. And it looks like the Bees will just dump it high of the net and go and get a change. They've been under a lot of defensive pressure. Fresh legs on they come. McDowell sees the threat coming up, and he has to pinch in a little bit to try and shut it down, but it gets past him. It's picked up now, Rose. Rose just gets around one bit of pressure, puts it across into the slot, shot fired, but it goes over the top. It was a good chance. Barnes got onto it. Fisher was there, and it was made safe. You can see just coming down into the slot there was Barnes. Got a good chance, but awake to the threat was Fisher, who moved across and shut it down nicely with some good positioning. Goalie coaches will show that one on a number of occasions. So look at the positioning there and how he did it. De Hoog now couldn't quite get the breakaway that he wanted, but now it's Fisher. Fisher's got a bit of room. Gets across onto his forehand, but leaves the puck behind. It's loose in the slot. Fisher's there again, and this time they score. The Bees have brought it back 2-1. I think that ended up coming off Fisher's stick. We'll see in just a second. Watching this replay, Fisher gets onto his forehand and he's just floating around in the slot. And I think that was Fisher who got it. The referees will confirm that one. It's a bit hard to tell from that camera angle. There were two Bumblebees there, so it's back to a 1-goal game, which is what the Bees wanted. They have to win 2. Levels just have to win the 1. Loose through the top of the neutral zone, stuck on the red line. Bees now end up with the puck though, trying to put it back into the slot, onto the stick there of Dalveen. Dalveen loses his footing, and now it's the Levels trying to clear it out of the zone. They don't get it out though. The Bees fire it in, it's loose. Second chance, good positioning play there by the goaltender there. Brown had a pad down, saw that it was coming. Another chance now, the Bees who are in numbers. Puck's loose, 3 chances, but they can't get past. Levels defence just being a little bit slack there. Puck's in the slot again. Levels just not able to clear it out of that high danger area. If you want to score goals, you put it in the slot. And that's what the Bees did, but desperately unlucky there. Some very unlucky bounces for them. As the Levels just caught out, napping a little bit, leaving that space undefended. Let's see that on the replay, or if not, just wind the video back a few times and you see how many chances they had there. There's that loose puck. Very nearly all squared up at 3 goal, but nearlies don't count. We're not playing billiards. Defensive zone face-off for the Levels. Won by them back behind the net safely, but it's picked up Bees, who fire it across into the slot. Another chance now. Muir up high unmarked on the slot. He gets it. He fires it in low deep, looking for the tip in. It was on there for White, but he couldn't quite get enough on it. And now back the other way it comes. Muir will have to pick it up. He's got some pressure on him there from Leshov. Just chips it around nicely, finding some space. They clear it out of the zone quickly. White now plays it back into his zone, putting everyone back on side. Maybe Leshov wasn't aware of that. Muir now looks up, tries to get a pass across. Found it nicely there onto the stick there of Waite. Goes into the corner behind the net. Waite tries to get it across as it disappears into the blind spot of the rink down there in front of the scoreboard. And it will be eventually made safe by the goaltender for the Levels in Kieran Brown. And we will have a brief pause while they reset. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the second period. 1 goal the lead to the Levels. 1 game the lead to the Levels. Shov now has the puck, but just leaves it behind. He's looking up ice now to try and receive a pass. But the Bees are there in numbers. They know the pressure. They know they've got to score and score quickly to level it up. Muir looking threatening up high as the puck comes back in. White gets a shot in, but just couldn't quite get it past the goaltender. It was on. Muir pinches in hard. Manages to get a stick on it, tries to get a shot away, but is just stuck as there's a few players waving their hands around, not quite sure what's going on, but it doesn't matter. The referees will call what they see. We do have a hand up for a penalty. The Bees have pulled the goaltender. They've gone a 6-on-5. The Levels will have to defend. Now, the Bees can't afford to waste time here. They've got to get shots on the net. They've got that 1 goal deficit. Can they turn this into it? And as soon as the Levels touch the puck, the whistle will blow, and there it is. And the clock won't stop. But they will have the first power play of this grand final series. There were no penalties in the game last week. As strolling over to have a sit in the naughty corner is Luke Buchanan. He will have to sit too. So the first power play of the series goes to the Bees. Can they turn it into a goal, or can the Levels do the most embarrassing thing of all and get a shorty? It happens quite often. Teams get very complacent in attack and think, oh, we don't want to defend for. We're on a power play. And breakaway goals happen much more common than you would think. But this time the Bees with composure. McDowell just reverses the puck back in. They're trying to find some space. Good cover there though by the Levels. They're doing a pretty good job of earning that space. Nice work by Barnes up high, shutting down the shooting lane. And Barnes does the wise thing, sends the puck all the way to Moe, and the Bees will have to go and pick it up. 44 seconds to play on the period. 1.5 minutes to go on the penalty on Buchanan. As McDowell now has the puck with a little bit of room. You can see the Levels defenders having to back off because they've got to own that space. Puck gets into the slot, but it wouldn't go. Levels back there in number. They've got a good penalty kill. We've got a hand up now for another penalty, and it's a trip. And it looks like we are going to very briefly going to have a 5-on-3. But I don't think that's actually going to happen at this. It won't happen this period. This period won't start. We've only got 7 seconds to go. The siren will go before the puck is dropped. I can't see it happening as the Levels wisely just a little bit of gamesmanship there as they slow the game down. So we'll be starting the third with 2 Levels in the box. The Bumble Bees will have a 5-on-3 advantage of 46 seconds. As Luke Buchanan will have to sit the remaining 46 seconds of his penalty, and then Jeremy Anderson has to sit 2 minutes for a trip as well. So the Bees with a great advantage there, 5-on-3 for the first 40 seconds. If they win that first face-off and get control, be interesting to see how the Levels choose to set up on that opening zone face-off as well. Will they be more conservative or will they be more aggressive? The interesting question here for them is they don't need to do anything special. They're not the ones that need to score the goal, but they can't afford to get too defensive. Want to make sure that they maintain momentum. It's really easy when you've got a lead, and 1 goal is not much of a lead at all. Just sit on your heels a little bit, think, oh, we got this one, they have to score 2, we don't have to score any in order to win the game. Plus, they've also got that game advantage. The Levels need to be careful they don't get complacent. I don't think there's anyone on that team who would be that nonchalant. There's one for you, Phil Trin. But all the same, you can creep into the back of your head when you've got a lead. And they've got that double banger of a lead. They've got the series lead as well as the goal lead. But the Bees will start the third with a 5-on-3 advantage for 46 seconds and then a 5-on-4 advantage for a further minute and a quarter. So it's a good start for them. But they need to be able to take advantage of it. They've got to get shots on the net quickly. They've certainly had plenty of opportunities. They just haven't quite been able to finish them off as well as they would have liked. But a lot of that's just a bit of puck luck. You get a bounce in the slot. Sometimes it goes on your stick. Most of the time it doesn't. If you're there, you can take advantage of it if you're lucky. So the Levels, the Bees win the face-off nicely. It comes across, and they've got time to set up Turner now. Just tries to chip it through, but he's had it poked away from by Jefferson. Having to race back now to pick it up McDowell. And you'll see the Levels will set themselves up in a bit of a triangle on the way back. As Turner now circles around. He's got to get through the blue line, and they do. So the Bees are into the zone. 25 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Up to McDowell, who has some room. They need to be careful behind them too when Buchanan comes on the ice. McDowell now with some room. He fires. It's a good chance, but it goes high. Just 15 seconds to go on that 5-on-3. McDowell with another chance. He passes across to Turner. Turner fires, but there's a glove in the way. That puck had eyes, but so too did Kieran Brown, who plucked it out of the sky. You could see net. Thought it was in, but then the flash of the leather, and it is gloved. On the drop of the puck, this penalty will conclude. So the Bees will need to be alert for that. Morse is keeping an eye behind him. He knows that straight away on the drop of the puck that Buchanan will be straight on. Buchanan straight on the ice, trying to get the puck across to him. He circulates around. So this is where the Bees need to be careful. But they get a shot in again. So it's a little bit of a tip there by Fisher, but just tipped it wide. Moore calling for it. Muir gets it across to him. Moore fires it back across, trying to find his player across on the other side. But he's doing a pretty good job of controlling it, but not able to get past this pressure. It's good defensive pressure by the Levels. They're doing a good job on it. They've had to defend that 5-on-3. Now they get the puck. All they need to do is get it out of the zone. Just being a little bit too cute with it as the Bees managed to keep it in. And now there's a chance for a tip, but they couldn't quite get on it. Dalveen was there. Went across the front, but he couldn't get his stick on it. He'll rue that one. Now Muir with the puck back down deep in defence. Just 16 seconds to go on this second penalty. The Bees have had a significant advantage for a long time, but haven't been able to score on it. Just 7 seconds to go on the penalty now. Muir has a bit of room, leaves the puck behind. It just bounced over his stick there. And the penalty will be over now. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Levels occasionally they're a little bit lucky, but you need a bit of luck and you need to be in the right place. Here they come. 13 and a half minutes to play in this third period. The Levels hold the lead. They win the trophy. White there couldn't quite get onto it, but now he battles through. Puck just down, lost in under everyone's feet. Ends up on the stick of Waite, but he couldn't get it through. Puck dribbles through. There's a opportunity for an inadvertent tip. It's in the slot again. It's loose. Trying to pick the puck up. There was Brown, but couldn't quite clear it out of the zone there. The Levels. Brown pushes it into the corner. It's not a bad option for him. As Legatov has to go in and pick it up. He's being pressed there by McDowell. Puck comes out though on the stick of Buchanan. He had too many purple jerseys in front of him to do much. He reverses it and gets himself a change. Pressure there, McDowell, and the puck is out of play into the benches. 12 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the third period, the third defining period of this game. It started off with the Bumble Bees with 5-on-3 for 45 seconds, and then the remainder of a penalty for another minute and a quarter. They got a couple of shots on the net and some good chances, but they couldn't get it past the goaltending of Brown. Now they come another chance now, the Bees. McDowell just pushed off the puck there by Jeffrey. And coming back the other way, Barnes, but he's being tied up. Loose in the slot now. Oh, tripping over the puck was Williams. And it's deep down in the corner again in front of the scoreboard. Puck goes through the slot area. They get away with it. It's down deep. It's not going to be icing. The goaltender there, Brown, coming out and playing it. Got to be careful when you do that. You make sure you get the puck, but he's pretty confident. No problems there. Puck goes across through the slot. Oh, it's picked up though by the Bees on the stick there of Campbell, who tried to get a shot away. Second chance fired in by McDowell, but that wouldn't go either. Sorry, not McDowell. That was Turner who fired that one in. On the stick now, Jeffrey, who's being pressed. He looks up ice, tries to find an option. Does. Not able to clear it out though. Muir was there and kept it in for the Bees. Nice play by Muir. He's been very effective this game so far. They've lobbed it over his head. That's difficult because he's a very tall man. But it went all the way down the other end, and that will go for icing. And that runs the clock down, which if you're a Levels fan is what you want. Keep running that clock down, more and more pressure on the Bees. If it gets to a couple of minutes to go, they will pull their goaltender and go 6-on-5. It's an all or nothing move. You've got to try something when you're when your grand final in your season is on the line. They've outshot the levels more than 2-1, but they haven't been able to get it past Brown. Now on the breakaway, Buchanan, he's pushed in the corner, blows a tyre, left something behind. And luckily for the levels, he didn't quite manage to complete that one. Just sitting loose though in the slot, Barnes. He's looking dangerous. Leshov is there as well. As the Bees need to clear it out of that zone. They've got 4 of their own players down behind the red line. If the puck does come up, they're in trouble. But fortunately for them, it was fanned just a little bit wide there by Anderson. Now coming with some speed is the Bumble Bees into Hogue, and he shot high glove side. But Brown once more made yet another save. 28 shots on the net for the Bees to 12 for the Levels. But the Levels 3 have got through, whereas for the Bees, just 2 of those 28. Kieran Brown has been outstanding. Some good defence in front of him as well. Fisher now has a bit of a chance. He's being pressed and marked closely there by Buchanan. Had to put it deep into the corner. Just rubbed there off the puck. Barnes tried to do something with it but couldn't get it out. Lehashov looks up ice. He's trying to find some movement. There was no good options for him. He has to go across into the corner. Looking to play it back perhaps to Husong. But instead it's lost deep in the corner. The referee's not seeing anything there to get overly upset about. And now the Bees will look to break it out with a little bit of space. But coming back quickly, putting pressure on them. Barnes, who shut that one down, but not enough. Now there's an opportunity for the Bees if they can get a shot away, but just not able to get it through the Levels defence. They play it up to a little bit of a cluster of white. Buchanan got himself tangled up there with Leshov. Buchanan gets past 1 and 2. Tries to get across onto his forehand, but too many purple jerseys. They shut it down. Bit of a tangle there, but honest and play. There's going to be no offside on that one. Okay. To my eye, as if one of the Bumblebees there might have just been caught offside, but that's past history. It didn't happen. The referees determine reality. We're just interested spectators. As Muir gets the puck across, tries to find his partner there in White, but White couldn't take the puck with him. White was the one who I thought was offside earlier, but they didn't call it. Now the Levels looking to clear the puck out. The tempo well and truly increased in this last couple of moments. The Bees know what they have to do. Muir going in to try and put some pressure on the Levels, who just running the clock. They're not in a huge hurry. They can't get complacent though. Rama looking for it on the half boards. Gets the pass up to him nicely. He just chips it forward. Finds the stick of Barnes. Barnes ran through Turner. Gets across. Levels with another chance. No goal. He got the breakaway. The shot was definitely on. Now going up to pick it up. Anderson. Anderson looks up ice. He's got pressure on him from Luko. He went that risky cross ice pass, but got it as far as Shlakov, who could do something with it, which unfortunately for him wasn't to score a goal. Now Anderson tries to get past Turner and does. He's pushed deep down into the corner. Bees back in numbers. Levels circling around, trying to be a threat. But again, they're not the ones who need to score the goal. The Bees are the ones who have to. McDowell now with a nice little chip, but Barnes got in the way and put a stick on it. Now Barnes with a bit of room. Stick handling in a phone box, but left the puck behind. Now the Bees with a bit of speed. Just pushed off the puck there, Barnes. Puts the puck into the slot, it's loose. Not able to finish it off. So the Bees, another chance for them into the slot. Loose puck. And it's bubbling around. Goaltender gets down in the way and it's a mad scramble. Puck still loose. But in the end, 4 Bees. Bouncing puck. Goaltender in the way was once again Kieran Brown. There's a few juicy rebounds there and some great chances. But also really good to see Luke Buchanan just sitting back there trying to cover up anything that got loose as well. That's good defence in layers for the Levels. They know what's at stake. The trophy's here and they want it. They want their names on it. As Jeffrey now plays it up the boards, tries to clear it out of zone, and they do nicely, but not able to complete it. Left the zone, but didn't get very far. Barnes left it behind. Battling for it now, Hushkov. He couldn't do enough with it. He got it into the slot, but just clearing the puck nicely out of the zone there, Buchanan. He just got a backhander and chipped it down the ice. It's all he really needed to do. As the Bees will now look to reset. Turner looking for it. They can't get it out of their zone though. They've got to do that first. Now Turner has the puck, looked up ice, but it was picked up and stolen there by Buchanan, who has been fantastic this evening for the Levels. You have to say it'd be my pick for one of the best players on the ice. As well, of course, the obvious star of Kieran Brown. You don't make that many saves without getting some credit for it now. But the Bees now have to go and pick it up. Luke Fisher has the puck. It will go for icing, which, if you're a Levels player, is not a bad thing. Defensive zone face-offs. much underappreciated as counter-attacking opportunities. You see a number of times that an attacking team, especially in this instance, the Bees, they need to get aggressive. They've got to get that goal, and they've got to get it quickly. So watch for their D to pinch in. You can see Muir pinching right in close. So too Moore. Moore gets the puck though. He fires the cannon through traffic. It went wide. There was a glove there though, Brown. But didn't go into that either. It just went wide of everything. Now racing back to get it. Muir, he's got to put the puck up the boards because he's being tightly pressed. They clear the puck out of the zone, the Bees, but not to anyone useful. Unfortunately for them, it went straight to the levels. So fire it up ice onto the stick of Barnes. Barnes pushed wide. Muir will have to go in and pick it up. He just stops to adjust his sleeve and leaves and forgets about the puck there briefly. The Bumble Bees will look to try and do something with it. Goes across into the slot. Muir's there. Now the Bees coming with some speed as they've got to get a change. You can see some particularly fatigued legs there on Dylan Moore. He wants to get a change. Not sure if he's injured or not, but he's certainly out of gas. 5 minutes to go in this game. If the Levels win this game, they win the trophy. If the Bees win it, they get to fight again another day. So for the moment, the Levels will look to slow the game down as much as they can. When it gets to the last 2 minutes, it will be stop time. So little pauses don't work to their benefit anymore. Leashov now caught behind the net. Referee has a hand up for a penalty. We'll see who it's on. That's Andrew Crowther calling that one. Who's going to go and sit in the naughty box? Looks like it's Leashov. So the Bees will get another chance. They want to set up this face-up for themselves pretty quickly. The clock is not on their side. So they want to get that set up fairly fast. I think they look a little bit disorientated there, but when you get a penalty, it's an offensive zone face-off, so the Bees can go and set themselves up pretty quick, get some pressure on the Levels. 4 minutes to play. The clock is ticking. They just lost another 40 seconds of play. It's just a bit pedestrian getting that organised. Taking the face-off will be Luco. Will he want to play it back to his D partner? He does nicely. Gets to McDowell. McDowell has no room though. He's beautifully covered there by the defence of Barnes. Now McDowell has a chance. He fires it in looking for a tip. It was on. Luco couldn't get it cleanly. Luco now with the puck, just tried to put it into the slot, just floating around high. Turner, he's dangerous there if they can get the puck to him. He's unmarked in high slot. Levels not paying much attention to him. But now just trying to clear it out of the zone was Barnes, but he couldn't get it out of the zone. Now Turner will have to go across and pick it up. He leaves the puck behind. Just a little bit of blocking there. McDowell drifts in, puts the puck loose across the slot. There was a nice screen, but it wouldn't quite get past enough bodies. It hit the screen. And now the Levels will look to just dump it down the other end. West Tesla dumps it deep. Sorry, Sean Campbell, I should say, who's wearing a jersey with West Tesla written on it. And they dump the puck down, send it all the way to Moe. The Bees will have to go and pick it up. 3 minutes and 7 seconds to go in this third and final period. Here they come, the Bees. Can they get into the zone? Clearly they do. Nicely done there by Campbell, but he runs into pressure. But they keep it in the zone. Fired in there by Fisher. It's loose in the slot. It's just a very good chance there for Campbell, but he couldn't quite get onto it. Brown got a pad down just managed to squeeze it out of the way. Another chance though, the Levels, if they can get it, but it'll be picked up and cleared out of the zone. Sean Campbell sends the puck all the way to Moe. Go fetch. And having to play it across the slot there was Dan Fisher. You can see the goalie stick, not the best passing implement in the world. The goalie goal is tricky. Just 25 seconds to go on this power play. Bees have had some chances, but have not been able to get anything out of them. And they just have to go back and reset once more. As Dylan Moore will have to go back and sets himself up behind the net, looking for some movement. Come on, boys, you've got to give me something to pass to. The clock's not on my side. We've just got 8 seconds to go on this power play. Shot fired in by the Levels, going for the shorty. They don't need it. And we are back to 5-on-5 hockey. The Levels have killed the penalty. Stuck offside. They can't do anything as Fisher has to get back onside. Muir was waiting. Muir gloves it down out of the sky. It's very hard to get over him. He's a big, tall man. Puts the puck into the middle of the neutral zone. Fisher now just dumps it in. There wasn't much he could do. He was pushed hard off the puck there by Campbell. Tried to put his body in the way of Rose, but Rose spins out of the way of the check. And the Levels with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. It's looking pretty good for them, but we are into stop time now. Look for the Bees to pull the goaltender. He's looking for an opportunity to get off the ice. They've got the puck now, and he's trying to move, but DeHoog was pushed deep into the corner and just rubbed off the puck there. Great job there, Sean Campbell. Bees still haven't pulled their goaltender. Shot fired. It's still loose in the slot. It's still there. It's battling for position in the slot. Going to have a little bit of escalation though. Perhaps Lekashov getting a bit of push and shove, and we are going to have a whistle. And we're probably going to get at least one, maybe two players done for a roughing. The clock stops now as Brendan McDowell and Vladimir Leshov will both sit two. You can see that fierce battle for position in the slot. I want to be here. No, I want to be here. So everyone battles for it. We've only got 1 minute and 11 seconds to play in this game. Dual penalties will be 4 on 4, I think, in this particular instance. Will the Bees pull the goalie right from the start? If it was me, that's what I'd be doing. You've got to take the chance. They've got to get that goal back. The game is going to finish 4 on 4. They've called a timeout. So we've got a 30-second break while both teams try and work out what exactly they're going to do. Now, a 30-second timeout invariably ends up taking longer than that. The siren will go after 30 seconds, but it really means about a minute. But it's stop time, so it doesn't matter. Luke Buchanan has been outstanding for the Levels, but I think the player you would have to give the first star to so far would have to be Kieran Brown. He's let 2 in, but he's had 32 shots and made some the desperate saves when it needed to be done. And he has been the absolute game difference in this game. 32 shots to the Bees to 15 for the Levels. So the Bees have outshot the Levels 2-1, but they have not been able to get past Kieran Brown enough times for it to make a difference. 4 on 4 for the last 1 minute and 11 seconds of this game. Opens up just a little bit more space. One of Gretzky's favourite things was to try and get a couple of players in the penalty box and have 4 on 4 when he could use his skill. He's actually one of the NHL players who had the rules changed, so that wouldn't happen quite so much because they did it quite a lot, the Edmonton Oilers back in the day. Just over a minute now to play, and now the Bees have pulled the goaltender, so it's 5 on 4. No one in the net for the Bees. McDowell now tries to get the puck across to make the zone entry. The Bees fire it up high, trying to get this puck onto Campbell, but he ends up with it, just tips it back in, but it's broken out, and now the Levels are going to finish it off here as just coasting down to put the puck in the net, making it all just a little bit too easy, and that's the risk that you have to take. But unfortunately, when it goes wrong just like that, and the Levels now have a 2-goal lead with under a minute to play as Alex Barnes just tickled the twine gently. And we are 41 seconds away from the Levels hosting the Division 1 Grand Final trophy for this Recreational League here at iceHQ. Luca now tries to do something. It is stop time. It's not over. Maple Leafs have lost it from here, that's for sure. Shot was fired, and it was a good one. But Kieran Brown got in the way. Clock stops. 27.6 seconds to go. Even those points of a second make a difference. Can the Bees get a shot away now? They've still got the goalie out of the net. They've gone 5 on 4. I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you? They've got to win this face-off, though. It's absolutely critical, and they don't. The Levels win it instead. And all they need to do is just clear the puck out of the zone and turn the Bees around. That's enough. McDowell will have to go back and get it. That's going to be enough. It's an icing. It brings it back, but it takes another 10 seconds off the clock. It's the interesting thing of when you have pulled the goalie, the other team is tempted to take pot shots to the net, but when they do, it comes back for an icing, which gives you another reset. And normally an offensive zone face-off, not the best scoring opportunity in the game, but 5 on 4, that's all you got. But this time the Levels again, they just patiently wait. This time they're not Harry Buchanan plays it back towards his own net rather constructively or rather deconstructively, and he gave a great opportunity there to Luco, who just couldn't quite finish it off. 4 seconds to play. The puck's loose again in the slot, but the Bees can't finish it off, and it will be just chipped high, and the Levels will take the grand final. It's a little bit bittersweet for them. That first game was a forfeit by the Bees. Would have been wishing it had gone to 3, but you've got to play the team that you're supposed to play, and that's what happened. So the grand final for Division 1 here at iceHQ in the Recreational League over winter 2025 goes to the Levels. Goals to Buchanan, and just 1 second. What have you lost? You win it. And the team's lining up now for a handshake. I'll get you the scorers on that one as well in just a moment. So Levels 4 to the Bees 2. Rose with the first one from Barnes, and DeHoog got one back for the Bees, and Buchanan got another one. And the finisher there was Husong, who just empty netted it, number 28 for the Levels, who took that one out. So the grand final goes to the Levels. A 2-0 whitewash. But again, the first game was a forfeit, and on the ice, the Bees did win it. But it didn't count. So we'll be back with you with more grand finals later this week. Thank you very much for being with us here at iceHQ, and I hope you enjoyed the show.